and welcome to day 27 of the Dog Days of Podcasting Challenge 2026 here on the One Idjit's Thoughts On podcast. I am Paul Mackey. So as mentioned on Tuesday, when I'm doing regular episodes, I alternate between pairs of television shows I'm watching in order. The first pair is The Rockford Files and the Magician, as mentioned that day. The other pair I'll tell you about today. First up is Seeing Things. Seeing Things is a Canadian series that premiered in 1981, produced by the CBC. Louis Ciccone is a newspaper reporter who one day finds he's experiencing visions. These visions lead him to help solve mysteries. Alongside the weekly story, Louis and his wife Marge are separated and they're raising a son Jason, a preteen, at the beginning of the series. It's a nice mix of drama, comedy, and mystery. I recently had a rather dumb moment when I realized that this pair of series are both dealing with newspaper journalism. The real reason I paired them up was the fact that they have exactly 43 episodes each. That second series is Press Gang, which was produced on ITV in the UK. The intended audience was youth. I wouldn't quite call it children's television, I think potentially on the same level as the Degrassi franchise out of Canada. It follows the Junior Gazette, a secondary school-produced student newspaper, an offshoot of the local Gazette newspaper. There is plenty of teen drama, including message episodes, but I don't think any of them are particularly cheesy. There's also a good mix of comedy, which you might expect, as it is the first show produced by Stephen Moffat, later of Doctor Who and Sherlock fame. Well, let's look at the trivia from yesterday. The Merlin handheld game featured a pattern repetition game similar to Milton Bradley's Simon. In 1996, a popular toy from Hasbro called out verbal commands for player actions, and that game remains on the market to this day. Voice actor Buddy Rubino has been enthusiastically calling out commands since 2008 for what handheld game? That answer is Bop It. There have been a large number of Bop It variations and refreshes since that debut in 1996, including that changeover to Buddy Rubino as the voice since 2008. I noted that there was a co-branded Jenga Bop It and a Tetris Bop It, as well as an arcade cabinet version in association with Sega, among many other variations. A fad toy of 1975 included stones from a Mexican beach, which were purchased for less than a penny each. The creator, ad executive Gary Dahl, became a millionaire after profits of about 95 cents per unit on what gag gift? And that answer was the Pet Rock. Rights to the Pet Rock were purchased in 2022 by Super Impulse Toy Company, and since then they've become popular in South Korea, including among K-pop bands and their fans. A24 sold a licensed version in association with Everything Everywhere All at Once as well, with googly eyes attached. So here's a couple more questions. A completely random pairing. See what you make of them. First up, many Swiss watch companies these days are owned by one major ownership group. The brands beneath it include Omega, Tissot, and Longines, but the group is named for a brand of less expensive plastic watches with colorful designs that were especially popular in the 1980s. What brand is this? And secondly, for some reason the product slogan, "A little dab will do ya," has separated somewhat from the product it marketed. Until public complaint, it was even taken off of its packaging for a little while. Despite lots of people thinking the product no longer exists, you can still find it for sale among men's hair products. What is it? Well, that's a quick little episode today, and you can figure out your answers. And in the meantime, happy hunting! You've been listening to the One Idjit's Thoughts On podcast, produced by Paul Mackey in association with Nimlas Studios. Any short clips of audio from shows is included under fair use for commentary purposes, and copyright for that content remains with its original copyright holders. The theme song is Too Good by Jack Mangan and is used by his generous permission. One Idjit's Thoughts is produced under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. You can find more episodes of this podcast and many other fine podcasts at nimlas.org. You can contact me by emailing idjitcastpodcast@gmail.com or commenting on episodes at nimlas.org.